Alright, well hello again. Now we're going to talk more specifically about the script. And we're going to go through a role play about exactly how to move in from a directory listing approach to move into a presentation and do the presentation and then get an application filled out for a sale. Now I'm going to make an assumption here that I know a little bit about the business. Now how would I know about the business? I may know about it because it's a warm market. I may know about it because it's a referral. Or I may know about it because I went into Reference USA or some other resource and got the information on the business and on the business owner and got a name. And if that's a new term to you, Reference USA, I referred to it earlier in the training, but you can go to pplbizplan.com and you can get full information and in fact a full tutorial on what I'm going to go through now as to how to do that presentation. So we're going to do a role play, and I'm going to bring in with me now Jeff Cordell, who really has put a lot of this together, and you hear him on our Wednesday small business calls. He's an integral part of everything we do with small business. So Jeff, hello.
Hi, Nick.
All right, so Jeff's going to be the business owner, and we're both dressed here with ties and just the way we happen to be dressed today. But you know, you're going to want to be dressed appropriately according to who you're calling on. If you're out in the out in the mud with some contractors, this may not be the appropriate dress, but you just want to dress appropriately for whoever it is you're calling on. So let's go ahead and set a scenario. And Jeff, you'll be what kind of a business?
Printer.
Okay. And so Jeff's a printer, and I know a little bit about his business because I've checked on Reference USA. I know he has 15 to 20 employees, and so that's a little bit I know about him. I know that he's incorporated because it says Jeff Cordell Incorporated, and I've done a little bit of checking either through someone else or through the information on Reference USA. So I know up front that I'm probably, even though I'll be prepared to talk about a legal plan for the self-employed and a home-based business plan, just in case, I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a business plan sale, which means they've got over 8 employees. It'll be in the state of Georgia where I live. It'll be $75 a month. In a state where you live, it may be a little different, so you'll need to check your states at a glance sheet with states like Nevada and New York and states like that. And so this same reference we're going through, this is going to apply with as far as the presentation in general terms to no matter what state you reside in or what province, wherever it is, we offer the small business plan. Okay, so we're set up and we're going to do a little role play. And what I'm going to go and do first is just kind of do a little walk-in. And I'm walking in to see Jeff in his place of business, and I'm going to go in and try to do the directory listing. Okay, and I'm not going to be carrying much with me. Just maybe a brochure, a flip chart, the directory listing, application, those kind of things. Okay, so now let's walk into the Jeff Cordell's printing business. I've gotten the information off of Reference USA, and I'm going to go in and just do a basic little approach regarding the directory listing. Hi, are you Jeff Cordell?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm Nick Serba. I know a little bit about you, but I don't think you know much about me. I'm with GoSmallBiz.com.
Okay.
And the reason I stopped by, Jeff, is we're expanding our directory listing here in this area, and I wanted to make sure that the information we had on your business was correct that we put in our directory listing. Do you have just a couple minutes I can make sure the information is right?
What's this for?
Well, Go Small Biz, we have a national directory listing where businesses are listed, and we're expanding our business directory listing in this area, and we're giving a free listing. It doesn't cost you anything for a year, and so it costs you nothing. How much business it will get you, I don't know, but it will put you in the directory if people are looking for printing business in this area at no charge.
That's a free listing?
Free listing.
Why not?
Okay, well, very good. Do you have a business card?
Yeah, sure do.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, let's just go ahead and get some of this information off of here. Now what I'm doing now is I'm just filling in the information with Jeff, and I'm being conversational about it. And I might say, okay, in the name of the business, I'm writing it down. And by the way, how long have you been in business or something? Just being conversational and being friendly and just developing a little rapport. So when I finish that section now, there's a section for a business description. I may ask then if he's got a brochure, or let's talk about a business description for his business. But one way or another, we'll come up with a brief business description. Okay, Jeff, now that we've got this information correct on the side, and again, this is going to be a free directory listing that you've got for a year. But to complete your directory listing, I just need to ask you a couple of questions, okay?
All right.
Have you ever had any issues with any of these? Like number one, had a dispute with a supplier, landlord, customer, or whatever?
I've had a dispute with some of our paper suppliers, yeah.
Okay. And ever had any difficulty collecting money?
Yes.
Okay. Signed a contract? Well, I guess if you're like most all of us out there, You probably have, but have you ever signed a contract or document you hadn't fully read?
Yeah.
Okay.
I may have read it, but I didn't completely
Right,
understand
yeah,
it.
that
Sure.
you and I are in the same boat like most people. Felt you paid too much in taxes?
Definitely.
Yeah, I would have been very surprised if you didn't answer yes to that one. Had questions about incorporating or legally protecting your business?
Not really.
Okay. Been concerned with the risk of being sued by customers, vendors, employees, whatever?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of being a business
Part of
owner.
being,
Yeah,
unfortunately,
just worried about that.
Unfortunately, it is today. Have you ever wanted to market your business maybe more effectively on the internet?
Sure.
Do you have a website now?
No.
Okay. Is that something you had an interest in?
No. Thought about it. Yeah.
Wanted to have a resource for any business or legal question, or thought about that at all?
I hadn't really thought about
Hadn't
it.
really thought about it?
Nope.
What about any of these others? Get advice on increasing your business revenue and profits. Have you ever done that with anybody?
No, I haven't.
Have you been like a lot of business owners, maybe didn't want to pay for it, but wish you had a resource with some top attorneys and consultants?
Sure.
Okay. And, I'm sure you've had to at least hire or fire an employee, right?
Unfortunately.
Okay. Have you had any questions at all, or do you understand what it means to be compliant in your business?
I think I'm pretty good with that. I think I'm fairly compliant with all that.
Well, Jeff, thank you for filling this out, but if I could show you a way to turn these yeses that you mentioned here into no's, would that interest you?
I really don't have time to go in. I'm super busy today, Nick, and
Okay.
I just don't have a lot of time to do
I
this.
understand, that's fine. I didn't come in to spend all the time today anyway, but let me ask you, when I do get together with you on this, is this something you need to have visit with someone else with, a partner or a spouse or anything, or would you make the final decision?
Yeah, I'd need John to be in here. He's my partner.
Okay. Well, then let's set a time. When is John normally in here?
Tuesdays.
All right, what's the best time to come back on Tuesday just for about 15 minutes?
Probably Tuesday afternoon.
2, 3?
Yeah, we can
2:30?
shoot for 2 o'clock.
All right. All right, well, why don't we say that? I'll be back Tuesday afternoon at 2 o'clock. I'm going to bring you some other information also, and I'll look forward to meeting your partner, John. I've really appreciated you giving me this information, and I'll have your directory listing information started for you by then, okay?
Do you have any information you can leave with me?
I'll bring you back some things. I really didn't bring anything to leave, but I'll bring you back some things to leave with you.
Okay.
Fair enough? Okay.
Fair enough.
Appreciate it, Jeff. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, Jeff, let me just ask you this question. If there was a way that you could turn all these yeses into nos, would that be something of interest to you that I could show you in just a couple of minutes?
Sure.
Okay. Well, very good. Let's do that. What I want to do is just ask you a couple of more questions, but tell you just a little bit about what we're doing. You mentioned you had about 15 employees. Is that right?
Right.
And right now I'm on that page. It says your service. And your business right now, you said it was incorporated. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Is it an S Corp or a C Corp?
It's an S Corp.
S Corp. And so it's for profit,
Right.
hopefully. Okay. And it's not a publicly held company, is it?
No.
Okay. All right. I wanted to ask you those questions to see if you even qualified for this.
Okay.
But what I want to do now is just ask you a couple of more questions, just to make sure that I'm showing you something that fits for your business and not somebody else. Now, have you ever used an attorney for any kind of correspondence at all?
Yes.
Okay. And legal consultation?
Yes.
Okay. How about internet guidance? You said you hadn't in the past?
No.
But debt collection you said you had, right?
Yes.
Okay. And how about in tax information? You said you felt you paid too much in taxes, so if you could get tax information, that'd be interest to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could save on taxes, sure.
And you mentioned contract review.
Right.
And you mentioned you were concerned, at least to some degree, as any business owner would be, with lawsuits and so on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Anything else here?
No.
Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but the where I live, the average, and here in Georgia, where you live too, the average attorney's fee is about $250 an hour. And I was just talking to someone the other day that the average business attorney charges $300 plus an hour. Did you pay more or less than that? Roughly, what did you pay when you used these services?
It's right around $300 an hour.
Right around 300. Okay.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing now is I'm going to write down on the business needs analysis sheet the $300 per hour. Let me ask you, Jeff, are you anything like me and a lot of the business people I work with that you'd maybe like to have some help with some of these things and you'd like to have more assistance, but what you don't want is to pay $300 an hour?
Yes.
Well, if I could show you how to get more of this, or even in some other areas some help and protection without paying any more money, would that interest you?
Without paying any more money, yeah, I'm
Okay.
going to hear what it is.
Well, if it was already paid for and you didn't have to pay another dollar, another nickel, another dime, which of these would you have used more? Or maybe that you didn't use? if it was already paid for?
If it was already paid for, I'd probably use all of them more.
Okay. And if you had to pick, say, one area that was the most important to you, probably what would that be?
Probably debt collection.
Okay. And right now, Jeff, I know you take checks here, but how do you handle your bad checks and your invoices that don't get paid, like your receivables and so on? How do you currently handle that?
Usually I just give them to Beverly here, and she picks up the phone and calls them after we send them a note.
Okay.
You know, just trying to get the money from them.
And that takes her time and you're paying her?
And that takes her time, and a lot of times she just leaves a voicemail, and sometimes, you know, unfortunately, every once in a while they just won't pay us.
Right. And if that still doesn't work, normally what do you do?
Depending on who it is, a lot of times we just don't even fool with it. Or if it's a big amount, then we'll get an attorney. You know, I've got a good friend that's an attorney. He'll send out a letter for me.
And do you recall how much he charges you to send letters for you?
Usually it's around $100.
Okay. And I mean, I know you've got a lot of clients and a lot of customers here. And I know just in some of the printing I've done, my average bill will run up $100, $200 or so. What's been your average amount that you're trying to collect on?
The average amount that we're trying to collect on is usually anywhere from $500 to $1,000.
And how many of those do you follow up on a month normally?
Well, sometimes it kind of grows depending on the time of year. It's kind of interesting how that works. But typically, any given month, we're following up on maybe 9 or 10.
9 or 10 of them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so basically you got roughly $400 to $500, let's say $500, and let's say there's 10, so that's $5,000 a month that you're trying to collect on.
Right.
And to do that, you're paying someone to do it, or you're paying an attorney $100 a letter. Is it important to you for a business of your size to be able to collect on those monies that are owed to you?
Oh, definitely.
If I can show you a way that literally thousands of other business owners throughout the United States and Canada are collecting on those debts more efficiently, more affordably, more quickly, would that interest you at all?
Sure.
Would you like me to show you?
I'd like to hear about it.
Okay, well great. Well, let me just show you a couple things here. Basically, this is kind of what we call a floor plan here, Jeff, and this is kind of the way most businesses are now. You know, you pay for your sales and you pay for your floor space for service and your office and all those things.
Right.
But the main thing that you're missing, that a lot of businesses are missing, is the partnerships and the help and assistance of the best attorneys and best consultants to help you grow your business. You've got to compete out there in the marketplace with big business without having the same advantage they have. So effectively what we do is we wrap around your business and we become your tax, accounting, marketing, legal department, collections, human resource, technology management, or ad department. And we become all that for you, and we do all that for basically, basically a price of a cup of coffee a day.
Okay.
Because what I showed you just a minute ago that you're paying $300 an hour for, because of the size of your business and what you would qualify for, this would be able to be provided for you for about $2.50 a day. So let me just show you a little bit more how it works. First of all, the service is provided by two companies. It's under one umbrella, one membership fee, and as long as you're happy, you keep it. If you're unhappy, you drop it. But the two companies, everything that's legal is provided by Prepaid Legal Services. And they've paid over 100,000 attorneys. They're a New York Stock Exchange company. They've been in business over 35 years. They're approaching $500 million in revenues, and that's provided by Prepaid Legal and our network of attorneys. The other side, everything else is not on that side that has to do with tax, accounting, marketing, your website development, your free website, all those things.
Isn't that Fran Tarkenton?
That's Fran Tarkenton, right. That's provided by GoSmallBiz.com, and Fran Tarkenton started that company, and as you know, just by the question that you asked, Fran was an NFL Hall of Famer, played in the NFL for 18 years, but in my opinion, he's a business Hall of Famer, an entrepreneurial Hall of Famer, and he started a company to help small businesses, and basically this is a company that's been in business over a decade. We work with small businesses, we provide consultants for them in all these other areas that I'm talking about. So all that's under one umbrella, one membership fee, seamless for you, and those are your partners now. On the prepaid legal side, as I mentioned, you know, we've been written up in Money, Fortune, Forbes magazine, most every major newspaper and magazine in the country. But let's just talk about your situation just a little bit here. Let's talk about the legal consultation side of the business. First of all, you mentioned that you were interested in some consultation. You're going to have that now in your program. All you need to do is pick up the telephone during business hours. You'll be able to talk to an attorney. You'll give them your membership number. You'll be able to talk to an attorney that has a specialty and expertise in that area. They normally give you a call back that day or within 24 hours. And the main thing is you're not going to get another bill. And just information could be highly important to you to help you protect you. You also mentioned correspondence. Well, you've had attorneys send letters for you. We'll send a letter for every separate legal issue. And if the one letter doesn't resolve it, you can go ahead and get them to do other letters at a 25% discount. But if you had a separate legal issue every single day, we'll send a letter for every one of those separate legal issues. Okay? Also, you had mentioned debt collection. The way the debt collection works on this program is we'll send up to 10 initial debt collection letters every single month. Now, you said you have about 10. If all you used it, and you said this was the most important to you.
Right.
If all you used it for, Jeff, was this, and I think you'd agree that if somebody gets a letter from a top law firm with a lot of names on there, they're going to treat that a little more importantly, wouldn't you agree? Well, if all you did is use it to send your 10 debt collection letters, $75 a month divided by 10, that's $7.50 a letter to have a top AV-rated law firm send out debt collection letters for you. Now, sometimes the question comes up, what if I only sent 5 letters? Well, if you sent 5 letters, that'd be an average of about $15 a letter, which still you're not going to get law firms to do that.
Right.
So even if you just use it for that.
Now, you said AV rated? What was that?
AV, there's a rating service called Martindale Hubbell, which rates law firms.
Right.
And most all of our law firms have the highest rating of law firms by this independent rating service. So you're dealing with top law firms, which is what you want, isn't it?
Sure.
Well, you've got that now.
Okay.
And then also in the area of trial defense, you're going to have 75 hours of trial defense, where if you're sued, you got 15 hours pretrial. All that is covered. You mentioned, you also mentioned a little bit about internet guidance.
Right.
And I'm just going to take you over here to the to this other side that has to do with Go Small Biz. But we're going to help you in areas of consulting. We're going to answer your questions. You're going to have resources that you can have available to you, like online tools and benefits and books and so on. But additionally, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to develop a 4-page website. It doesn't cost you anything additionally. You mentioned you were interested in that. You're going to get the advice and consultation of top consultants. And you're not limited to using this during business hours. You can access them through email, basically at any time of the day, just by going and emailing. Jeff, just going back to one of these areas, you mentioned the website. Let me just show you a little bit about how that works. It's a very simple, user-friendly website builder that you can get in, and really just in a few minutes, you can have your website up and going once you get your membership kit back. When you get it back, what I'd like to do with your permission is set a time to come in and show you how to set that up so that we can start doing a couple of things. One is we'll show you how to set up your website, and you'll have a number of templates, a dozen plus templates that you can use to set up the look that you want. You can upload pictures and everything on there. And a good thing to do before then would be to maybe put down some descriptions of your business and what you think you might like to have on there.
Okay.
Also, another area has to do with the debt collection that we talked about. If you'll start putting together some of those initial debts that you'd like to collect on, when we get back, then we can go ahead and get that started immediately so you can get moving on this.
All right.
Now, let me ask you this question. Of what I've gone through so far, what do you like best about this?
Probably the debt collection.
Okay. How quickly would you like to start collecting on that money?
Yesterday.
All right. Is it going to be more convenient for you now to do it on a credit card or by check, or which is best for you?
How much am I paying?
Well, $75 plus a first month fee, a first month membership fee of $10. So it's $85. Then $75 a month. As long as you're happy, you keep it. If you're unhappy, you drop it. It's just that simple.
So is there like a trial period where it's $75 and then it goes up?
No, it's $75 a month. As long as you're happy, you keep it. And we've never raised rates to existing members.
What if I'm not satisfied with that?
Then just don't pay anymore and drop it. And what I would do between now and then is just make sure you get full utilization out of it and have the letter sent out so that you're getting your full value for what you've invested. And I'll help you do that. Fair enough?
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. So you're saying I get all this for $75?
All that for $75. You said you wanted to have the debt collections letter sent out, right?
Right, right.
And you don't have a way that you can do it less expensively than that, right?
Right.
And you were interested in the website, right?
Right.
And this is free included with your membership.
Right.
And let me just mention this to you, Jeff. If this is what you want, this is what we provide. We're a publicly traded company. We've been doing this for 35 years. if it works just the way I mentioned to you that it worked, and you're going to be the sole judge of that, is this something that you see value in for your business?
Yeah, I would definitely see value in it. I just want to make sure I've got my arms around it. So you're telling me I can pick up the phone and talk to an attorney anytime during the week about any business problem that I've got?
Correct. That's what you want, isn't it?
Right.
That's what you've got now.
And with my debt collection letters with the people that owe my money, all I have to do is call them and they'll send the letters.
Well, you'll need to go ahead and put the information down specifically so that they know exactly what to send out and what you've already done on it. Yeah, you just give them the information and they'll be able to send out the debt collection letter. That's true.
Okay.
Which is what you wanted to, right?
Definitely.
Well, you've got that now.
Definitely. And in terms of like contract review, how does that work? Does somebody come over and get the contracts, or what do we do?
Real simply, the way it works is you forward the contract over to them.
Right.
We'll review the contracts. We'll review up to 3 new contracts a month. In other words, unsigned contracts up to 15 pages each. And even if you've got an old contract, like we're talking today, but you may have had a contract signed that had to do with a lease or an employment contract 2 or 3 years ago. What if that raises its head? Well, even though you weren't a member at that time, we'll even review one of those every single month.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And sometimes there are like legal agreements I have to get drawn up, and I didn't hear anything really about that. How do I go about getting
Same thing. You also got like, let's say you get something that has to do with compliance or American Disability Act or some kind of a issue with the government. It may not be a regular contract.
Right.
We'll even review 3 of those every month for you.
Okay.
And that's included.
But if there's a legal form that I need to have created, like a legal document, I'll just pick up the phone and call the provider at law firm?
You could, but a better way to do it would be, well, I'll show you how to use the program here, where you can go through a list of thousands of contracts, documents, and forms. We can get that started and forward it over to the law firm, and that'll be included in your membership.
Okay.
And we have a lot of members who use that extensively.
And $75?
That's it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, well, let me just ask you a few questions to make sure we get the information correct. All right, and basically that's what we're doing. Now, I think one of the things that if you do is if you'll take your sales hat off and put your helping hat on and keep the interest of the prospect in front of your own. I know you're interested in making a commission, you're interested in building your business, you're interested in making an executive director or players club, all those things. But if you'll keep your focus on the interest of that business owner, you're going to find that the most self-serving thing that you can do is put the interest of the business owner first, because if you're helping the business owner, they're going to keep the membership, they're going to give you referrals, and they're going to be doing all the things that are necessary to help you build your business because you're helping them build theirs. So that's basically the presentation. All you need to do is go back through your materials and you'll see an exactly written out word for word presentation. If you have questions more about the directory listing or any scripting, anything along those lines, you can look at your training manual, but also go to pplbizplan.com. All right, thanks, and great selling, and congratulations on getting it started, and I want to congratulate you in advance on your future success.